How are we all doing out there? I am doing absolutely fantastic. I hope you're doing well. Obviously, wow, what a week it has been in the stock market. The stock market is heading towards 52-week highs. My broker's account is heading towards, it is at all-time highs. It's absolutely fantastic. If you are investing in the right way in 2022, right now you are looking a genius and making a lot of money in the stock market, and it feels really good. It's really good to be back making money in the stock market, and a lot of money. It was a tough 2022, but 2023, it's all changed. The bulls are back, the bears are getting squashed again, and it was really funny as well. The other day I made a video talking about the stock market and DraftKings in particular, and saying, oh, it's so good to see the rewards now being buying in that dip through the pain and buying through the dip, and now that stock's rallied over 100%. I think it's headed towards 200% now. And seeing the bears going, well, it's still down like 20% from its all-time high. They were crying in the comment section, and it was great to see. It was really, really good to see, as someone that has stuck all the way on this YouTube scene, making videos in the worst days, to finally go, here we go. The rewards are coming in, and we're only slightly getting the rewards. You think about the rewards that you will get from buying those dips in 2024, 2025, 2020, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So well done to all you longs, because you guys have had a fantastic week this week. The S&P 500, what a day this one has had. Up 0.74%. It was up slightly more, it gave a little bit back, but still a pretty good day. And as you can see here, we did hit new 52-week highs on the S&P 500, and you can see here today the S&P 500 is up 16%, basically 17%, 16.95%, 17% for the year. What a year. If you were on the wrong side of the market, you have missed out the big returns, and it's going to be very hard for you to make up them returns now. Anyone that was in the market and trying to be patient, obviously you're starting to see those returns start coming in, and it looks like to me now we do have a stock market that is heading towards 52-week highs. Like I said, I've said this for a while. I personally think we're going to have a good year in the stock market. I said at the start of the year, I think we're going to have a good year in the stock market. My prediction was the S&P 500 to return somewhere between 15 to 20%. Obviously, that prediction is looking spot on right now, but obviously there's still a few months to go, so we'll see where it goes. And obviously as well, I said that from here I can only see us doing very well, because you look at all the issues that we've had, they're all getting resolved, and that is why the market is heading towards 52-week highs. I said in a year's time, I think in 2024, we will see the stock market all-time highs. Now, potentially we actually see that before 2024. We could see that in 2023. And why wouldn't you want to be excited? Why would you not want to be bullish on the market right now? Everything is going fantastic on the US side of it. UK is a different story, but on the US side of it, which obviously I have a lot of my money in the US market, and I always say I would always be heavily more on the side of the US market, because the economy is just a lot stronger than the UK economy. And obviously for you guys that are doing that, obviously, you are doing very well at the moment. And obviously one of the big exciting pieces of news that came out yesterday was inflation. Inflation came from 4%, dropping a whole percentage point down to 3%. We are so close to the 2% range now. And you got to remember, we thought, we might see 3% this year. Can we see 2% by the end of the year? No. We've got 3%. We've got 3% right now, halfway through the year. And we're going to hit 2% next month. We're going to be in the 2% next month. The target of having 2% inflation will happen next month. At the moment, the analyst forecast is around 2.8%, and I think the drops will slow down. We've seen look at the rapid drops that we have had. They've been crazy rapid drops. I think they will start to slow down now, but it doesn't matter, because we're at the 2% target that we want to have, so that's absolutely fine. But we are going to be there, very, very soon. And, everyone, it was funny to see, like, all the analysts and everything like that actually surprised, like, whoa, inflation is nearly at 2%, and the market rallying. And it's like, well, how many times we've been here? How many times has someone that's in the spare office inside the house filming themselves going, inflation is dropping rapid and we'll be at 2% very quickly? I don't know how many times I said it. If I can see this here in this room before these guys that are paid how much money to predict this and where it's going, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, it was clear as day inflation was going to be dropping rapidly, and yet to everyone else and the big institutions out there and the Fed, you know, the Fed is still trying to play the hard game around it, and it's like, just admit it, job's done. Inflation is down. You know, you look at true inflation. True inflation has been indicated for a long time, and you know it's down at 2.51%. It's at the 2% target. There's no point now trying to play the long game. Just, you can openly admit now there's no need to increase interest rates anymore. We're done. You know, inflation is down. Interest rates don't need to go up. You know, what's the point? You know, you put it up another 10 basis points, 25 basis points. What's the point? You know, you're already at what I can't even remember what it is now. Is it 5.5%? It's coming out like, why? You know, you're going to have nearly double the interest rates to what inflation is. What's the point? You know, from 3% here, you know, we're naturally going to just slow down into that, you know, 2% rate. And we know the Fed are always slow to react. You know, when inflation originally got up to 7%, the Fed was still going, oh, no, we won't put up interest rates, it's okay. And it's absolutely bonkers. And now it's like, well, you don't need to do it anymore, but could they potentially do it? I mean, they could. It would be stupid, and you'd be all everyone's looking at Jerome Powell going, there's no need to put up the interest rates now. They could do it, but you know, it's obviously inflation's down and interest rates don't need to go up now, and you know, everything looks really positive in the market. So obviously we'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time, but obviously great inflation data that came out yesterday, and clearly no need for the interest rate hikes anymore. Obviously that led stocks to rally absolutely massive, especially the growth stocks. The king, whoa, what a run this has been on. What a run. $30 we are now sitting at. 5% yesterday alone. In the last 5 days, up 18.82%. Year to date, up 175%. And I tell you guys, I told you yesterday, honestly, I am so happy. I'm so happy because for me and this channel, and to put the brand behind a stock is always a massive thing. You know, that is the stock you massively get judged on. And the fact that, you know, obviously backing something like DraftKings at the moment, and to see this do that well, it's fantastic. I'm so happy. You know, it's you get judged off, you know, individual investments, and for me, you know, to be the stock that this channel's based on, and to see this do this, honestly, it's fantastic. I'm buzzing. There's no other way to put it. Obviously, there was some news around DraftKings. Basically, another analyst, we talked about this the other day, analyst coming out, and all of a sudden, now the stock's rallied up so much, you're going, oh, it's actually a really good stock. Like, they're just chasing the stock chart. It's absolutely crazy. And, you know, where were you at, you know, when it was at a 52-week low of $10? Where were you all? You know, now they're all coming out. Another analyst came out, basically said that Bank of America upgraded it to a buy, having it set at neutral. You know, have it set at neutral when the stock's just rallied up 200%. I don't know. They also said that they are expecting here a 15% CAGR from 23 to 27, and they're expecting in 22% growth in 2024 and 16% in 2025. And I was like, I tell you what, if those are your numbers, no wonder you had it at neutral instead of a buy 12 months ago. Like, that's absolutely crazy. There's no way DraftKings is going to grow at 22% in 2024 and 16% in 2025. That's absolutely crazy. Like, we've seen from their older states in like New Jersey that have been around for like 5 years. They're old states that are 5 years old, they're still growing at 30+%. So all these states that have recently come online in 2019, 2018, 2020, 2021, they're still going to be growing rapidly in the next few years. And then, you know, in the next 2023 to 2027, they're still in the hyper growth stage. You're going to have states like Texas come online. You could have the whole of Canada come online. You could even expand into the likes of Latin America, or, you know, likes of Mexico, or a lot of other places. You know, the beginning of DraftKings is still here. They're still in the hyper growth mode from 2023 to 2027. You know, come back in, you know, the next decade, you know, 2030, come back in the next decade, and then we'll have the conversations of them growing at team percentages. But right now, you know, the next few years, DraftKings is still going to be growing 30, 40, 50% a year. They've still got half the states in the US to come online. I think they've only got 4. Is it 4? It's single digit anyway. Single digit of iGaming states. You know, the likes of, you know, GNOG and that branding. They've still got the likes of GNOG as well to grow. You know, absolutely, you know, rapid amounts. that still has, that's in the really early stages amounts of growth. It's like, come on, if you're predicting 22% in 2024 and 16% in 2025, I don't know what to say, because it's gonna be a lot more than that. So, hey, if that's what analysts are predicting, they're going to be pleasantly surprised, and they're going to be upgrading them price targets even more. So yeah, the king is on absolute fire. MercadoLibre, wanted to mention this one really quickly. We mentioned about it the other day, had a dip on the share price. Basically, a downgrade came out and the stock nosedived. At the peak, it was down like 7%. Actually, it says 9% there from that high on Friday down there. It was down 9%, it says. I made a video on it. I said, I've been waiting for the dip in MercadoLibre. I've got it. I'll let you guys know. Obviously, you guys on the Patreon, if you do want to join that, that's where I post my live buy and sell alerts. £5 a month. You get 2 exclusive videos a week. Discord with 500 members on to talk about stocks as well. It's really active as well. So it's cheap for what you get on there. Let's put it that way. And also, I think it's the highest Patreon to YouTube subscriber count out there on the YouTube stock market scene, and obviously that's probably a reason why. But I was obviously posting my buy and sell alerts, and obviously you guys on Patreon knew that when this dip happened on Melee, I bought it. I've been waiting for the dip. I was like, I've been waiting for this day for so long. I bought the dip. And obviously since then the stock has rallied up nearly 6% since that time frame. And I don't normally try pick the bottom, and I don't try pick the bottom because I'm terrible at it, and I just buy and see what happens. If I think the value is right, I'll buy it. And that was actually pretty much near the bottom of where the stock was. So I have nearly doubled my position in MercadoLibre in the last couple of days, and I'm so happy, and it looks like it's worked out absolutely perfect. I'll let you know in a little bit of a secret. You guys on the Patreon, you guys keep this a secret as well. To buy that stock, I actually trimmed a position that might surprise quite a few people, but I took a little bit of profit off the table to move that into MercadoLibre, and obviously you guys on Patreon know what that is, so a little bit of a secret there. Inmode, oh my days, we talked about Inmode the other day. We were saying hello, if you remember, hello, Inmode's woken up. Inmode was just starting to break out of that downtrend and having a bit of a rally, and it definitely broke that not downtrend, that's the wrong word to say. It was kind of flat line, it was kind of sleeping, and it was looking like it was having a little bit of a rally up in the last couple of days, and then we've had the breakout. It's woken up, and it's good to see. Obviously, you guys know Inmode is a stock that I've owned on the YouTube channel for around about 3 years now, and I actually started buying this stock around June time in 2020. Since then, the stock is, if I held my shares since then, I'd actually be up over 200% on the position, even after the big downtrend that it's been on. But for me, it's not about, I could have a portfolio showing, oh look, I'm 200% up on Inmode, but that's not the big part for me. The big part isn't to show off percentages gains and how good it is and how good it looks. The big thing for me is I try and make as much money in the stock market. That's my number one priority, is making money in the stock market. And for me, it was the dollar amount that I'm making, or the pound amount that I'm making. So even though I could have held it and gone, oh look, I'm a genius, I'm 200%, it's not important for me. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to make as much money as I can. So from that time frame, I've averaged up. So for me, I'm up over 100% now on Inmode. But that's more important because since that time frame, my dollar amount has increased rapidly as well. So yeah, I'm happy about that one. Obviously, the news comes off very strong prelims. This was a little bit lazy from me because I should have known this was coming, and looked back on history-wise and gone to a year ago and gone, what day is it that Inmode bring this out? And obviously, I would have gone, oh, it should be out this week. And once again, they brought out prelims. Obviously, prelims are always like either just to let you know the results are going to be way below expectations, or it's either we're going to be way ahead of expectations. And that was what Inmode did. They came out and said that we're ahead of market expectations once again. You'll see here revenue came in at 135, and the consensus was 130. So that's obviously a really lovely beat on the revenue. EPS as well came at 0.70 or 0.71 compared to the 0.64. That's obviously fantastic as well. And it also lifted its guidance to 530 to 540 from 525 to 530, with the consensus being 531. So obviously that was a very good lift up on the guidance as well, and the company's absolutely on fire. I don't know why a company that is doing these numbers and raising so much is still like at 22 times earnings. Like, you know, you'd think this is a premium company, like trading 30, 40 times earnings, which obviously would suggest, you know, double the share price where it is now, near closer to all-time highs. You'd think that would be the case with Inmode, but obviously it's not. So obviously we'll see what happens there. I still think Inmode is attractive valuations right now. Not attractive enough that I'll buy, but I won't blame anyone for buying. But yeah, obviously that was fantastic news anyway. So anyway, I'll leave that video there and won't go into any more stocks after that one. So I hope you enjoyed the quick recap of the stocks making moves and the new inflation data. Obviously, you know, like I was saying, I don't know why you'd be negative on the market right now. Everything's rapidly moving in the right direction. And for anyone that had slogged it out for the last kind of, you know, year and a half, finally getting some rewards at last. And obviously we'll move into Friday now with the earnings and the bank earnings starting to kick us off for earnings season. So hopefully there hasn't been too much deterioration in those companies' earnings, or the companies' earnings that are coming up as well. But obviously it's looking really positive, and, you know, well done to any longs out there. You're doing very well, and you should, obviously, if you've been taking the opportunities, you should be doing really well right now. So yeah, well done. It was a good time. It was a good time to be a long-term investor, especially after the last kind of few years. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you're new, subscribe. See you in a bit.